Hi, it's me, Maza, the man. Somehow I'm here with another tablet review, and this time it's from a brand called ARTISUL, which is a newish brand, and honestly I've only heard good things about it, so I'm very excited to try their products out. They sent me a D16 Pro, which is ARTISUL's newest tablet, with a 15.6 inches workspace. And the cool aspect of this tablet is that it can be used by left or right-handed, but you also can turn it to work vertically, which to me was like mind-blowing. The box includes all the cool stuff that you find inside the box when buying a new tablet, such as a 2-level support stand, a battery-free pen, and a small soft case to store it when you're done, a drawing glove, 10 replacement nibs, a cleaning cloth, and the 2 USB cables and couple adapters for the power cable. The tablet has a dial wheel for zoom, which you can customize to your likings, and 8 customizable button keys, along with a brightness regulation button on the opposite side of the screen. A little warning here. The tablet comes with a plastic film and a protective one for the screen, so when you're going to remove the sticker attached on top, be sure to only remove the first layer of the film and not the protective one. Once I downloaded the drivers from the website, I started to mess around with the preferences, the settings, and then I tried the pen. The pen has 2 buttons that you can customize to your likings, and a slightly bouncy tip that I personally really like. It's similar to a Cintiq one, it's not a firm tip, and it felt very natural to me. It's something I really like. One thing I really didn't enjoy much about the pen is that it felt very light. I don't know if that makes sense, but it felt very light, and I would prefer it to feel a bit more firm, a bit more heavy, but it's just a matter of preference really. One thing that really surprised me is the almost non-existent parallax. I heard that many people had troubles with that when the point of the pen came closer to the sides of the screen, but honestly I personally didn't have this problem, and I didn't really have to calibrate anything. Maybe at the start one time to find the perfect calibration for the screen, but I didn't really have many issues. As you can see from the photo, the cursor was exactly where the pen tip pointed, so I didn't really have much issues with that. However, if you have any troubles, there is a calibration option to calibrate the pen, of course. I think 16 inches is the perfect screen size for a drawing tablet. Not too big for my desk, not too small that it hurts your eyes when you're drawing too much on it. The tablet itself weighs very little, it's very light, which makes it very transportable if you're used to work on laptop and need to bring the tablet with you at work, school, or in your library, in your studio, wherever you want really. The only thing I really needed to fix, because with the standard settings felt a bit too dark, was the screen itself. But it's very easily fixable and you can customize your colors easily, so it was not really a big issue. So far up to this point it went very smoothly, and I was very excited to try it out. So I picked an old sketch I really wanted to finish, and that has been sitting in my folders for a while, and let's see how it goes. Before starting to draw, I tried the pen out a little bit since I was starting with the line art, and that's the most delicate part of my art because I really hate lining. So I gave it a test, and when the brushes felt very fine to me, very natural as I'm used to have them, I kept going and started with the line art. I know what you're going to say, Maza, why are you starting with negative aspects? And my answer is, this is really the only negative thing I have to say about it, and it's the only issue I had so far in my experience, and it was exactly the line art. For some reason, which is very weird to me, and it's probably something I messed up somehow with the brushes, is that I had to press very hard on the pen to make the line art work smoothly. Which is fun because I didn't have this problem with the other brushes. It was either the brush I used, which however was the one I used commonly, so I don't know what happened to it, the settings were the same. Probably it was because I was using a smaller size and I had to press very hard, to the point where I almost consumed a whole pen tip just for the line art. I worked on it probably around a couple hours, and at the end of the line art the pen already consumed a bit of tip. But from now on my experience was mainly positive, so this is really the only negative thing I had to say about this tablet. I still don't know if it's the tablet itself that doesn't really handle pressure very well, but it didn't happen the same thing with the other brushes, so let's go on. Flat color part was pretty much self-explanatory, didn't have troubles at all, just filled the blocks. I added some blush, some gradients, which means that the tablet handles light pressure very well. Even after a couple hours I've been working constantly non-stop with no breaks in between. My eyes didn't hurt, my head was okay, and the tablet was at a very comfortable inclination for me and my neck thanks to the stand. And one thing I really enjoyed using and was very handy was the dial wheel for the zoom. But I really use that a lot, especially because I tend to zoom in and out very much, especially when I'm doing the rendering part, since I have to work on details. At the time I started shading, I was working on the art around 6 hours maybe, and I was particularly enjoying the surface of the tablet, which almost felt like paper. It felt very natural, different from the Cintiq, but like in a better way. I think this is a matter of preference, but I really like the natural sensation you had when the pen ran on the surface. My eyes still didn't hurt, my back neither, and I was very comfortable at this point. I was really enjoying myself. Again, the only small problem I had, and at this point I kind of figured out it was probably a pressure setting, because when I was doing the rendering and the paint over, I had to go back using a very small size of the brush, and I had the same problem I had with the line art, which is it felt very hard. I needed to press a lot on the screen, but I was worried that by doing so I would damage the screen if the problem persisted. It was a small part of the process, so it was not a big deal, but I still don't understand if it's something that was tablet related or brush related. Changing brushes kind of helped that, but it still felt kind of the same. I had a bit of trouble with that. I tried to play around with the settings while I was doing it and see what worked best. I kind of managed to fix it, but you could still feel it, and I had to go back to the previous settings when using other brushes because that problem didn't exist when I was doing other stuff like coloring and shading. After that I gave the final touches, final details, and then I went straight to editing. The overall positive experience genuinely surprised me because ARTISUL is a newish brand and not many people know it, but their tablet was genuinely very nice, and I think for the quality it's rather cheapish. It's not really cheap itself, but it's cheaper than other tablets of the same size and same quality. It handles many programs pretty well. I myself, while doing the art, I used GIMP, I used PaintTool SAI version 1 and version 2, and I also used Clip Studio Paint for final editing. All three programs worked very well on the tablet, and in the whole process I didn't have any particular issue at all. I'm not an expert, but I would say honestly I think this product could be both used by amateurs or by professionals with a budget. And yeah, that's it. Pretty positive experience in my opinion. Let me know if you had experiences with ARTISUL tablets and if you personally recommend them to other people. I will leave you guys some cool links in the description if you want to buy and check out ARTISUL products. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for ARTISUL for sending me their tablet. I really enjoyed it, and I hope we can collaborate more next time. I hope you're taking care and staying warm and cozy.